Is there a black farmers market in Atlanta?
There is not a black farmers market because there's not that many black farmers, but you will find black farmers at local markets.
Yeah, like doing their own thing, but not on a very large scale.
Yeah, because I mean, again, we in this country were almost 1 million black farmers, and now I think the last census that came out, they did 2000. They do a agricultural census kind of like every 10 years.
Yeah,
and 32,000 in the nation.
Really?
Yeah. So,
and then along with that comes the loss of land.
Exactly. Right. So loss of land, all that. So, I mean, so very dispersed. And a lot of farmers are in rural communities, you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody's rural.
I remember going once to Whole Foods and it was for a funeral. Or, you know,
you went to Whole Foods for a funeral?
Sorry, that didn't come out right. I did not go to Whole Foods for a funeral.
You know, I was like, maybe she's shopping for the funeral, baby.
And I told my sister, I will get, you know, the food that we're going to pick up. And I said, I'll get some ham. Mm-hmm. And so I went over and I was on the phone and they were slicing the ham. And when I got to the car, it was not pink. It was not the black people's ham that we know. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I guess it was not processed in a way. It was more brown. But in other words, I mean, it made me realize how much the food, like a ham that we get, you know, like that solid ham that you get, is processed. And obviously, because ham, you know, pigs don't look that way. They're not that contained and all the same size. But it was not the same color. It was processed in a different way. I mean, I haven't eaten ham since. I was like, wow, you know, that was a lot just to see the whole process and how different it is depending upon whose hands it's in.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did not bring it to where I was going.
She's like, I can't have a conversation.
No, I could not. I couldn't. No,
right.
No, I could not explain what it was. But it was from Whole Foods, but it was not processed in the right way, in the same way. The other thing that kind of gets me is, you know, people who are vegan, but then they get that meat. What's that meat called?
Child.
Thank you. Start shaking your head. And it bleeds.
No.
Like,
oh, yeah.
And you cook it.
Nope.
Should we not say the name of the company?
Yeah. I'll name all the companies.
And as I was,
don't do it.
And as I was cooking it, I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it bleeding?
No.
And then why am I trying to eat a meat replacement anyway?
Why are we trying to make vegetables bleed?
Why are we trying to make? Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
That is my problem with some of the vegan propaganda right now. I'm going to call it propaganda.
That's good. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because there's definitely some propaganda, and the thing again, that's a movement that's been co-opted, right?
Yes,
there's a lot of greenwashing in that industry. So for a company like Impossible Burger to be like, oh, we have this vegan burger that's a GMO based technology. Yeah. Where we, you know, they have created a process where vegetables are now able to produce hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is in blood.
That's not even,
right.
Right? Vegetables produce, chlorophyll for photosynthesis. So that's what vegetables do. Anything in the animal kingdom does hemoglobin. So they have engineered soybeans to produce hemoglobin because they've injected fish genetics into the soybeans. And so that's the flavor. That's what gives meat its flavor. And then you package it with 20,000 other ingredients, so extremely processed. And then you like, oh, we have this burger that's plant-based.
And healthy
that can,
you.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
right. The propaganda.
Go eat some black bean. Go eat a black bean burger. Like, there've been veggie burgers made from all kinds of vegetables on the market that you can also make yourself for like 50, 60 years. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, like, this is the thing. And they're, you know, people need to pay attention to what the marketing is for. Impossible Burger markets to meat eaters. That's really their audience. They're trying to get meat eaters to feel like, oh, I can use this as a replacement to meat sometimes. It really is not for plant-based, you know what I mean? That's really their market. Sense. And then everything that I just found out, that I just told y'all about Impossible Burger, is on their website. Got to do a little reading, got to do a little digging. They have videos. They're like, this is what we do. We're in the lab and we've got a big vat of soybeans and here comes blood out of the soybeans. And then we put that in our burger. And people are just like, oh, wow, it's so plant-based. And I'm like, it is not.
Yeah, you're better off eating the burger.
Right. Yeah.
You're better off eating clean meat. And that's what I tell people. When people are like, what should I'm like, eat clean meat, please. Go buy